Hello everybody and welcome back to Factorio. Our little factory is starting to look like something. In this episode we want to focus on our latest one, the logistic science pack, and for that we do need the transport belt and the inserters. So for the inserters we have prepared quite a few things. So we do need these iron wheels and we do need the copper cables. However, one thing is missing, and that is the electronic circuit. Well, for that we do need the plates, and also for the plates we do need the plates also for our transport belts. We will need quite a lot of belts and plates in the future. So what I want to do here is I want to ramp up another one of these iron plate productions that we have, and as we can see we do have a bit more space down here. So what I can do is I can place two of them here side by side, saving us a bit of space, plus it makes the whole thing a bit more efficient. So let's have another one then just on this side, right? And then we could have another one here as well later then, right? And the belts that are coming down then here, well, they're just going like that. And it's pretty close to my coal as well, so here we can then just have another coal input. So let's just do that real quick here. And as we can see, the coal is now getting in here, and here we will see then our iron plates coming out. The only thing that we need to do now is, well, we do need to place our buildings then where they are supposed to be. So we do have quite a few of these stone furnaces that we can place, and the same thing then here for these electric mines. And as we can see, it fits right in there. And this whole iron plate production here, we could then even expand once more again here, and also later then with even higher efficiency mining drills and stone furnaces. So space-wise, we should be rather fine in this little area. And then the only thing that we need is, well, we do need, of course, those cranes. While we're doing that, another attack is happening on my turrets, but as we can see, those aliens are getting down really quickly at the moment thanks to my latest research that improves the damage of those turrets that we have. And we can focus more again on our mining drills. And then we just need to connect the whole thing here with my power network once again, and I hope I just have enough power for all of that. And as we can see, it is being fired right now. Oops, there we've missed a crane, and that's it now. Very good. And as we can see, new iron plates are coming out, so we've now doubled our iron plate outcome, or output, that is. And that gives us now a bit of time to focus on the new productions that we need. So first of all, those iron plates are going to be connected. Of course, that is going to be kind of like our main bus, if you like to say so. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of the main bus, we can still connect it then here with another splitter, something like that, coming together here. Right, so this is now splitting the whole thing, and then we have two of these belts going then into a direction there. And of course there's another then production coming up here as well that puts it then on the belts there, and then we have kind of like a main bus consisting of 3 to 4 iron plate belts. Okay, and this is a bit more complicated. In order for this to work, what I want to do is down here we are starting now our little iron wheel production. So this one here is now being relocated to that location here. So the plates are coming then right from my foundries, right in here, then through that one, and at the same time we are also getting the wheels out of this block here, and the wheels are then being the same thing here, because we're going to need lots of wheels anyway, and the wheels are going to be then merged up here in this, or they're going to have like a central belt like this one, and the wheels are then being transported up to this belt here, and those factories are going to need the plates and the wheels and are going to use that to make assemblies out of that, or actually those transport belts, because that's the next step that we need. And for the wheels that are coming here that we actually need on that belt, we're just going to have them, well, going through our iron plate, right? So here we can have an underground that is going to the other side. We're going to leave a bit of space here so we can have more iron plates going through that at some point, and then we're going up once again. Perhaps here let's make a bit of room there again, right, to the other side, and then we continue upwards to this one. Right, so it's not connected, so the wheels are coming then from this belt, and this belt here no longer is needed. So we can actually get rid of this one, because here we're getting the assembler, the belts then out. Right, Right, so just on this side we have then once again a merger, so the plates that are coming from my main foundry are being then merged with the wheels coming from this belt here. The belts or the wheels are getting then split up again and go right up there to the iron plates. I think that is the best option, because then we have a separate outputs for the wheels and for the belts. Another smaller attack, nothing dangerous so far. All my turrets still have ammunition, so we shouldn't worry about that too much. There we can have another splitter, which I need. Let's craft us a few of them. And of course, what we also need is, what I'm doing now is I'm going to get them actually into my quick menu here. And then we're starting with that side here, obviously, since we don't need, I don't think we're going to need that much anyway at the beginning. This is the plate belt that we have. Right, and then we have the red ones, which is the longest one. This one is delivering it then onto the machine. And onto the belt, of course. I think those guys here still needed, right? Yeah. Alrighty, that is working so far. So the plates are ending here anyway, the iron belts. And this one has the wheels then coming onto this belt here towards my assemblies over there. Now all we need here is once again another splitter. Which is then delivering it. And once again another splitter just on this belt. Right, it's being delivered now. Oh, actually, wait a second. That was the wrong one. Need to be very careful there. With the game, you really need to be very precise. So smallest mistakes can mean a lot of difference. So let's have the splitter here, because it needs to go into this belt here. Very good. And then we just need the energy. Where should we get the energy? Let's get it from up here. And as we can see, everything is working down there, I think. Beautiful. And the wheels are coming now. They're being then put onto this one, where we can have another splitter. And then it's being directed up there. Alright, so far so good. And now we are with the belts. Next step. And as we can see here, the wheels are now also being delivered then up to my red science packs. And once again, we'll set the priority to the left, which is the far lesser used component. We have now an evenly balanced belt here as well. So as we can see, we finally have managed now to have the belts, and we have endless production of those belts. So we no longer have to craft them ourselves over here in the assembly ourselves, but well, it's being automatically crafted. Now that is the first step, and since we do need for the next step, which is the inserters, we also need the iron gear wheel and the iron plates. What we can do now is we can have these factories on this side for the inserters. We can still expand them to the other side. And here we have the plates going then over to the inserters and the wheels going over to the inserters as well. Exactly how we want it. Now up here, the wires, they are still waiting for something. Unfortunately, what I really don't like in this case, we do have the cliffs here. Very annoying. That is going to prove a problem. We can have the inserter production down on this side, but what we need to do for that, well, we need to relocate a bit of our defense further to the south, right? Because otherwise we don't have the space. And in this case here, I think what we're really going to do is we're going to put them far to the south. And I'm also thinking about just trying to attack the aliens. Are we able to get grenades at this point? No, we don't have grenades yet. Grenades are really powerful. I love the grenades. Alright, we have enough ammunition. And let's just... Oh, I think... Oh, there is a big camp just there. Yeah, a huge camp down there. Alright. That's good to see. Or good to know that it's actually there. Right, a smaller attack. They're gathering here. Do you see that? Oh my goodness. They're gathering just outside here of my base so that we have the cliffs. So it might be a good idea of placing those turrets. Yep. So the cliffs are kind of like a natural border for us. Very good. And as we can see, they can shoot down here. That's just perfect. That's absolutely amazing, having the cliffs there. Right, so let's use a few more of these turrets on the cliffs here. Righto. That is the camp, and here we just want to have one of these borders again. So they still have to defeat my, or have to destroy my stone furnaces first, and as you can see, they are no longer able to gather because every time they get recruited out of these bite spawners, they're then just being destroyed there. Perfect. That should buy us some time again. Right, so there should be no danger on this side anymore. And we can focus on what's important here. And a new problem arises. We have now those biters up here in the north as well. So those guys, unfortunately, I don't have the ammunition now. Let's just craft us a bit of ammunition there. The problem is now, well, I will need some new defense line up here as well, because I think they're coming then from the black, the fog of war, that we cannot see so far. And it might be a good idea to put up some raiders as well. Okay, and since we do get a few attacks up there, I want to have my copper wires down on this side, because we have the copper wires then for the electronics, and we're going to need a lot of electronics in the course of this game. And the electronics need the plates and the copper cables, so we do have the plates coming out here already. Having then the copper cables, I can have then a huge electronics factory on this side, exactly what I want. So we're going to have this. It does look a bit nasty right now with the copper plates then going through the whole base there to the other side. I hope I can fix it then with once I set up my true copper production later. So far that should be fine. So all we need here really now is the plates and the copper ore. So let's have us another splitter there, which is then, by the way, we do need a few more splitters coming here. So they're going then through this belt here. So there we have then the plates and the copper, and on the other side we're getting the wires out, right? So those guys here. So the copper plates are coming down, and then we have the plates. Of course, I wanted to split or wanted to merge the plates then with the wires here and not already on this side. That would have made no sense. Now, we do need still some factories that we can place here. Whoops. And I'm so looking forward to the drones, because once you have them, you no longer have to worry about those things. Let's just build a few more factories there, even though we don't need that many at the moment. And then we just need, well, ourselves we need the crates, the cranes there. So in that case, one for each of them, which is then outputting the copper wires, and one of them inputting the copper plates to the assembly. There it is. And then we just need to place really here the copper wires. Oops, not like that, like that. Very good. We have the wires coming out here, and then we just need a factory now that is housing both of those things. First of all, let's build ourselves some more gun turrets that we can build. And do I have the raiders now? I should have some raiders up there. Actually, I don't. There are. Very good. 2 raiders. They consume a bit of electricity, but those raiders will help me detect incoming attacks much more quickly, so we should also do that. First of all, I want to finish this production now. And then we can just connect it now with this belt here. Right, so there we will have then the wires coming from the factories, and they're being then connected to our merger here, to those factories that we can just place now. And those are my green tag factories, and those, or the green chips, we are going to need quite a lot of them. So we have lots of place now here that we can expand then this production. And the wires we can still also expand towards the south, and the wheels we can still expand up to these cliffs here. So quite a lot of resources that we have still available, and I hope that is enough for everything, and I hope it turns out as I actually plan it out here. Right, we have the wires, we have everything here set up. The only thing that's missing is the electronics, or the electricity. So let's get us a nice pole down here. And as we can see, the wires are coming, and once they're over here, we can then prioritize this one here to the left once again, because we do need, for our electronic circuits, we do need 3 copper cables to 1 plate. And by the way, this is all just for the second level of the science pack, so I'm really intimidated by this game's complexity at some point, especially because you need to plan ahead so much. Now we're connecting them, and as we can see, they're now being, yeah, the wires are on the left side, just as expected. The only thing that we need now down here is, once again, the conveyors. So this one and this one here still, right, and then the long ones that get the resources from the other belt. Right, and the only thing that's missing now is the electricity once again, so we do need more poles. Oh, unfortunately I don't have any wood anymore. I hope this is enough. Should be enough. Right, and it is enough. So we are now finally producing that. What I can see here though is that we are not getting enough plates. Oh, my bad. This one of course needs to be connected, and now the plates are rolling, the iron plates. And do we have the defense? Yes, we do have, yeah, also some magazines. So what I'm going to do is, since occasionally we get some biters on this side, not many, though I don't think there is a camp up there. I think they're coming from down this big camp that we have there, yeah, running around here. So we probably will have, let's see, a few of these turrets in this area, because it's never really a lot of them, right? It's just a few of them coming in from this side. Okay, then we also arm them and perhaps put a bit of a defense around them as well. That should be fine. And as we can see down there, we have the endless battle of those guys. They're fighting endlessly against each other. What we can also see now is that the green circuits are finally flowing. Just beautiful. I think there's still an electricity missing now. That's fine. And we have the green circuits there as well. Now, that is looking fine, right? We do need lots of them though. And we need to ultimately craft these inserters here. Now, they need plate, the wheel, and the circuits then. Right, so these factories, that's going to be quite tricky because we need a lot of belts for that. And we are going to have that. We're going to use, once again, another layout. Oh, actually not once again, but we are going to use another layout for that. We're going to use that now up here. So I don't need those factories there anymore. I can get rid of them. That was the original design, but that is long gone. So what I'm going to do is, we have the factory here in the middle, or the assembling machine, right? And it does need 3 resources. It needs the circuits, the plates, and the wheels. And in that regard, I'm going to with 4 belts. There's definitely a way more efficient way than that. But so far, we can still change that afterwards, especially with the drones. We can just, you know, restructure everything with 1 click, really. What I want to do here is, so we have the wheels, the plates then, and the circuits, and then everything is coming out then from 1 belt, this belt here, right? There we get the green tech then finally, that is going then over here to the labs then and merging with the red one. That's exactly what we want. So this is the outbound, or actually, wait, let's say this is the outbound. This is the one where the green tech is going away then, ultimately. And here we have then the belts coming together, because these belts will be going around then in circles once again. So for example, let's put this one up there. Right, because we want to have, most likely, another row then of assembles close by that are using partly already the resources from one of these belts. Okay, so I think the final design is finished then. What we need is the electronic circuits that we have now. The wheels are coming in as well. I tried to have this as less spaghetti as possible, but in that case, we have now the plates coming down from, I think, what is going to be one of my main buses for the plates then, because we still have another batch of iron plate production coming up here then later. So that is going to merge them with that belt. So this belt will be used quite a lot. First of all by the electronic circuits, and now then by the inserters as well. And don't forget, we are not at the green ones yet, because we still need also then our belts and the inserters being merged then up here. So here we already have the belt with the belts on them. So the belt with the belts. And here we have now the factory for our inserters. And while I'm doing that, Let's just craft us a few more. I won't be doing that too much of a time anymore, because soon we're going to have them ourselves fully automated. So what we can do now, first of all, as we can see, this is now scalable as well. So we have the plates coming down from the south. Everything is coming down from the south. It's then being split into the center belt. I think we could even put the plates and the wheels on the same belt here in the center. That would make things a bit easier, but well, it's fine for now. I don't want to overthink those things. We'll see how it turns out then anyway. And the final one, and yeah, the plates are coming then out on this side. We are only going to have this side here for now, right? I don't want to have it too complicated there. So what we're going to have is another attack, but no worries about that. We're going to have the inserters here taking the iron plates in. Here we're going to have the inserters then taking the wheels in. Right, and then we have the red ones still, because the red ones we need to take the electronic circuits in on this side. And on the other side, we're going to have the red ones taking out then the final inserters onto the final belt. Right, and the final inserters then, they're being on this belt and on this belt and going to merge then up here. So if we want to have more inserters in the future, we can then still scale this one. So I'm always looking to scale it, because I have no idea how much resources we are going to need at the end of the game. And in that case, that should work out then as intended. The only thing that's missing here now, well, is the plates. I don't see the plates coming in yet. Let's have a look down there. Another thing is I will need to chop down some wood. Right here, we do have something, and that will be a splitter that we're going to have. Very good. Whoops, not like that, but like that. And as we can see, it's being split now into different belts, and the plates are coming. The electronic circuits are already waiting. The same with the wheels. So all we need now really is a bit of electricity, and I really don't have enough anymore of that. So let's chop down some wood. There it is. Phew, I do have enough of these poles again. Let's just see where we can take them. Yeah, from that side. That is looking fine, just along the belt. And all these belts have enough space so we can, you know, place some more belts then beside them if we want to. And finally, it is working indeed. We get the inserters coming out now on that side. We still have also enough electricity. Glad to see that. We have the inserters up here. We have now the transport belts waiting as well. So all we need is now a more simple production finally once again. So this layout here we can use. Right, so we're just going to copy us this one and get it up to this area. Now here we're going to be able to finally have them then together. So as we can see, we could then scale it up again, even though I don't think we're going to need that. Right, I don't think so. I think it's fine having that, because this is really just about research, right? It's not something we need to scale up to high levels there. Let's just get rid of that. And then here the belt is coming in for the transporters and the belts. So they're going to be merged then. I think for the final research we need a ratio of 1:1. Right, let's build that one and then let's have a look at it. Yeah, 1:1, so that's perfectly fine. Righto, the green ones. Then we need the inserters once again that insert everything into the factory. And in that case, it should be a fast one, because obviously we're going to need 2 products coming in from one side. And here, we're going to have the product then coming out. The green signs finally, after all, that we can finish this one. Here we do need another merger then. Those inserters we should then or could then split up again into these different belts that we can use then. And finally, let's connect that. Oh god, that was a lot of work, I tell you that. Right, and let's put it together. And there it's being mixed now, very good. And those guys here can take it once we have the energy. And lucky we do have a factory close by. Oh, right, the red inserters are still missing as well. Let's craft us a few of them, no big deal. and they're then delivering it onto the final belt. Right, and here on the final belt we're going to get it then out like that. Very good. As we can see, production has started now, and the first green science is coming out. So now we can finally continue our research. And the red and the green science, as you can see, well, that's going to take quite some time to go through all of that. So it might be a good idea to build a few more of these factories, but everything is finally working. Thank the gods. Stay tuned.